Drew McIntyre just won the undisputed WWE Championship on SmackDown in 3 stages of hell. But it wasn't without controversy. It wasn't without conflict. It wasn't without mayhem. It wasn't without a questionable decision. Because it was Jacob Fatu that was the determining factor in this entire debacle. Now, let me tell you something. There's big panic concerning and following this match. Now, going into this, I updated you. I said that Drew McIntyre was going to win the WWE Championship, but I don't think we expected, I don't think we anticipated what was going to happen after. Now, Drew McIntyre showed a picture on social media gloating, him sleeping in the bed with the WWE title, sleeping like a champion should be sleeping. Now, again, it seems like my viewers, subscribers, my channel members, it seems like they were conflicted. One side of you wanted Drew McIntyre to win. The other side of you wanted Cody Rhodes to retain the WWE title. But again, it was Jacob Fatu that changed everyone's plans tonight on the blue brand of SmackDown. Now, I know some of you may be a little confused as you're watching this. You're going to say, well, Sean, SmackDown just started. SmackDown just came on. But for a lot of you, SmackDown has already played. SmackDown was already on Netflix. SmackDown was already on in other countries. So what you're seeing right now is a taped episode of SmackDown from hours ago. But let's get into the situation because it is very complex. It is a situation that is, well, a major WWE situation that is spiraling really quick and really fast. I'm going to get right into it right here on the Brash and the Briz. We keep you in the know on the hottest, the latest, the greatest, and the newest. And before we get into this update, guys, it's so important to like, hype, become a channel member, and donate below with a super thanks donation. Again, use your credit card and donate by way of a super thanks donation in the comment section of this very video. Now, Drew McIntyre's win, his championship win tonight, becoming the brand new WWE champion, the win is being called tainted, controversial after Jacob Fatu's involvement. And now the rumor mill is absolutely exploding that TKO could overturn the result, make it null and void as if it never happened, meaning that Drew McIntyre could be stripped, that he could have to hand back the championship, that the finish could be ruled invalid, or the title could even be vacated, forced to a total reset, a total reset of the prestigious WWE Championship. That is what we are hearing right now. Is that what should be what happens? Should the WWE Board of Directors, should the TKO board force Drew McIntyre to hand over the title? Now, I don't think this could happen. I don't think this would go down, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, quite frankly, there's no countouts. There's no disqualifications. Anything goes in 3 stages of hell. But nobody thought or counted on Jacob Fatu being the deciding factor. Some say it should be Jacob Fatu that won the WWE Championship tonight, and actually not Drew McIntyre. But the bigger panic, guys, the bigger panic going into this show, this episode, if TKO steps in on screen, or if The Rock, because we all know The Rock is above, The Rock is on the board of TKO. If The Rock gets positioned as the final authority behind the scenes, this isn't just controversy. It becomes a power move that changes SmackDown's entire 2026 direction overnight, viewers. So that means Drew McIntyre doesn't get to enjoy a whole hell of a lot of time as the WWE Champion, because now this throws everything into influx. What about the future SmackDown? What about the Royal Rumble? And now you got #1 contenders matches for next week, and the winners of those 4 matches will determine the #1 contender as to who will face the WWE Champion at the Royal Rumble. And as of now, right now, Cody Rhodes is not even being factored into any of those plans, if you can believe that. Now, this video covers rumors and speculation and storyline direction. Nothing is confirmed unless WWE TKO confirms it. We will update the pinned comment with any verified additions as soon as they become available. But I want your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, because remember, it's about your reactions. Because without you, there truly is no show and view. You guys are what makes show and entertainment what it is truly. Now, here's the quick take. What should happen next? Should TKO strip Drew McIntyre and vacate the WWE title that he just won due to Jacob Fatu? Should the match be restarted, or should there be a rematch? Should there be a rematch between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre before the Royal Rumble? or maybe after the Royal Rumble, because remember, the road to WrestleMania has a lot of detours. It has a lot of swings. It has a lot of back and forths. It has a lot of unpredictability. C, should Cody again get the rematch with Fatu banned from ringside, or should it be a triple threat match? Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu for the illustrious, undisputed WWE Championship. Or D, viewers, should The Rock step in and take control of the entire decision? Remember to subscribe, hit the bell for nonstop WWE news, rumors, and become a channel member today. And remember to hype up this video. Obviously, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line, and I cannot believe the trajectory. I cannot believe what has went down, the sequence of events that has transpired. And, you know, Drew McIntyre is now, I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's a 4-time WWE champion. But it seemed like every time Drew McIntyre was so close to the title, he was screwed. Every time Drew McIntyre was so close to winning the title, something happened. Something was always in the way. Kind of seems like seemingly what's happened to L.A. Knight, seemingly. Although the only difference between L.A. Knight and Drew McIntyre is that L.A. Knight has never held the World Championship. He's never been the WWE Champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, this mixes up everything. This changes everything. You know, everyone's talking about how the WWE needs to switch it up. Now, you see, this WWE title switch tonight, it would have meant a whole hell of a lot more. It would have been more shocking had we not had 100 other WWE title changes over the last several weeks, because it seems like every week or every other week we're crowning a new women's champion, a new Intercontinental champion, a new U.S. champion, new tag team champions. If we didn't have so many title changes, I think this would have meant more. Now, yes, it was still refreshing. It was still different to see a brand new WWE champion crowned, because we thought Cody Rhodes was going to go into WrestleMania as the WWE champion. But now everything has changed. The complexity of the WWE title picture has changed right before our very eyes. However, we are now receiving word about the individuals behind the pitched WWE title change at SmackDown in Berlin is being revealed. Again, if you want more coverage like this, click the bell, subscribe, turn on all notifications, become a channel member today. We truly work around the clock for the viewers, the fans, the subscribers. The dramatic ending of WWE SmackDown wasn't just a creative decision handed down by the writing team. It was a move driven by Cody Rhodes directly, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre behind the scenes. According to Bodyslam.net, both Rhodes and McIntyre went to WWE officials personally ahead of the show and personally pitched the idea of a WWE title change, believing that the moment called for something major. WWE agreed that the timing and the location was perfect, with a packed house at the Uber Arena in Berlin and the energy at a peak and an all-time high, sold out. The company gave the green light and pulled the trigger. That decision played out in one of the wildest matches of the year up to this point, although it's still early in the year. 3 stages of hell showdown where McIntyre challenged Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title. The first fall was won by McIntyre in a straight-up wrestling match. The second fall under Falls Count Anywhere rules saw Cody even the score with a brutal crossroads through a table. And then the third fall inside of an old-school steel cage, and the return of Jacob Fatu, who stormed the ring and forced and tore into both men. After taking out Cody and exacting revenge on Drew for the injury that sidelined him back in October. While fans were stunned by the outcome, the title change wasn't just for shock value. It was a carefully planned, wrestler-driven decision. With WrestleMania season heating up, Drew McIntyre is once again at the top of the mountain, with Cody Rhodes finding himself knocked down just when he thought he had finally cemented his legacy. Now with Jacob Fatu back in the mix, and WWE already planning the next number one contender, SmackDown's main event scene is even more unpredictable than ever. Was this the right moment for Cody to drop the WWE title? Should WWE have waited until WrestleMania? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions in the comment section. We want to hear your view, because again, your view is the only thing that matters. Now, some people would say, some comments online says, I don't know if it was the right time or a creative move for the title change with Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber coming up and then WrestleMania. Even so, I like Cody Rhodes. I hope they don't put the title back on him for a third time and either let Drew keep it for a while or have someone else wear it at WrestleMania. Again, will Drew McIntyre be in the main event? Now, this also puts more eyes on the Royal Rumble, because we all had said, oh, LA Knight has got to win it. LA Knight deserves it. LA Knight has earned to win the Royal Rumble. LA Knight needs to go on to headline and main event WrestleMania. Or is Cody Rhodes going to do what no other man has done since Stone Cold Steve Austin and win the Royal Rumble for an unprecedented third time? Can Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble for a third time? And then it will be Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. However, keep in mind, viewers, there's so much to this. You want to talk about the dramatics. You want to talk about the dynamics of this, guys, okay? Originally, before this all happened tonight, it was going to be at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, undisputed title on the line at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, that plan is off the table. However, Randy Orton could still get in, but Cody Rhodes won't be able to unless Cody Rhodes is one of the participants in the Royal Rumble match. Wow, that is crazy. Also, breaking news. Jake the Snake Roberts undergoes successful hip surgery, so I guess we will be seeing him around or in a wrestling ring once again. Also, spoiler on a former champion's return during the January 9th WWE SmackDown. And footage shows Ted DiBiase Jr. refusing to speak after his first day of federal trial. Also, AAA debuts a new logo under the new WWE ownership and the partnership. Also, again, as I said before, a major tournament was booked for next week's WWE SmackDown. Also, a major theft angle happened during WWE SmackDown. Again, I don't want to ruin everything for you here, okay? R-Truth apologized for missing WWE SmackDown after a travel mix-up, after a major mishap, a huge miscalculation. Also, the WWE will be holding off on main roster call-ups for NXT stars despite constant discussions. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions on all of that. This is Sean Dew. This is what I do. I fill you in on the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, the most definitive. But that's certainly not all, because we are also receiving word again, guys. It was all but a rumor, right? But now it is confirmed. AJ Styles, TNA Impact Wrestling. Yes, the star-studded phenomenal return of AJ Styles is confirmed. His TNA return at Impact on AMC, the premiere. Oh my God, that will be great. That will be spectacular. That will be instantly special. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What way? What direction? What should be next? Should Drew be stripped of the title? Should the title be vacated? Should Drew McIntyre be forced to hand over the title due to the orchestration, due to the damnation, due to the controversy at what took place during 3 stages of hell tonight on SmackDown? How will this be addressed? What will be the answer? What will be the fallout of all of this? Is Drew McIntyre truly the rightful WWE Champion? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, because if it weren't for you, there would be no Sean View. Subscribe.